They asked me to write about hope. What do I know about hope? What do I tell a little Haitian child about hope? The best option to care for his family is to pray for an afterlife when to the rest of the world it's an afterthought. Whose home has been reduced to something more reminiscent of a parking lot. What do I tell this child about hope? This child who was never prepared for combat, but whose backyard has become a magnet for malevolence, whose nation has succumbed to invasion under the guise of goodwill, while these eyes, long since desensitized, barely blink. These eyes which have shed more tears over silhouettes on the silver screen than any real-life tragedy, it makes you think. Just because I was born without a silver spoon doesn't mean I wasn't born with the sense of entitlement. Into a land in which freedom is a birthright, not something you have to fight for. A whole nation grown oh so comfortably numb. But the colors of the real world only seem really real when you video them on a screen. It makes me want to scream, what the fuck do I know about hope? The land of the greed and the home of the slaves. But they're more concerned with the bubbling black beneath your soil than the humble people on its surface. Yet God forbid I should be so bold to question motives. I'm labeled a terrorist. I'm guilty of treason. They'd lock me up and swallow the key. That doesn't have to be a reason. It was Tesla who said, it is merely a question of time when man succeeds in connecting his machinery to the very wheelwork of nature. I repeat, it is merely a question of time when man succeeds in connecting his machinery to the very wheelwork of nature. It would be misguided to think if they could, better off to ask yourself if they would. They asked me to write about hope. They asked me to write about hope. I hope I'm wrong. Shortly after Katrina, the History Channel did a special on weather warfare. And man has been trying to weaponize weather for quite some time. Nikola Tesla, back in the early 20th century, came very close to succeeding. And now we have reports that the United States found oil in Haiti over 20 years ago. Made it a way in. And they're there, they're in. We have a presence there, and they ain't going anywhere, so you do the math.
Let's go, see.
Each day I take a step further away from responsibility. At my current pace, he'll soon be just a speck in my rearview mirror. Truthfully, we were never friends, so I can't say that he'll be missed. But I'm all too aware of the stigma associated with being ostracized from his clique.